I'm here with SGI Media Relations Manager, Tyler McMurtry. Tyler, thanks for joining me.
Always great to talk to you, Marcus.
So what are the main points of the Stick with Safety initiative?
So the idea behind this new public awareness campaign that SGI is launching this month is the concept that a number of small choices can make a big difference when it comes to improving your safety and the safety of others on the road. And so you're going to see this awareness campaign essentially anywhere you would see commercials, online, on TV, and on social media as well. And the idea is, those four pillars of road safety. When we talk about the big four road safety concerns, it's impaired driving, it's distracted driving, it's not wearing a seatbelt, and it's excessive speeds. And so just keeping those pillars in mind and what you can do to counter that. So, driving without distractions, focusing on the road, finding a safe ride home, buckling up and obeying those speed limits. Everybody does that, our roads are a lot safer.
How do limiting these things help communities be safer?
If everybody made those decisions right now, if everybody decided that they were going to never drive impaired, drive without distractions, do up their seatbelts and obey speed limits, immediately you would see a significant drop in our collisions and the injuries and fatalities that result.
Is there a sort of domino effect when drivers start caring more for other drivers?
I think that's a really good way of putting it, Marcus. And it's one of those things that when some people get on board with an idea, other people will want to get on board as well, and just kind of creating that momentum. And we've seen it when we're talking about the culture change when it comes to impaired driving in Saskatchewan. It's been historically a problem here, but more and more people are deciding for themselves, I'm not going to get behind the wheel. I'm not going to risk getting behind the wheel after having a few drinks or consuming cannabis. It's not worth the risk. The penalties are too great, and the risks of a collision that might injure or kill myself or somebody else are too great as well. So we've seen that momentum on impaired driving. I think when you're talking about distracted driving, understanding that the penalties have become much more severe in recent years when the cost of the ticket went up in February of 2020. People are increasingly aware of the issue of distracted driving and understanding how significant a traffic safety concern it is, and it's one of the leading causes of collisions and injuries and fatalities. So I think that stigma that goes along with the idea that somebody is driving distracted, I think is increasingly there. So I think you're onto something there when you're talking about that domino effect. So the more people get on board, the safer our roads are going to be.
So the initiative was announced in the middle of summer. Is that because more people are out and about moving around in the nice weather?
Yeah, very much so. And it's something that we want people to think about. Like, you're going to be out and about, hopefully enjoying the summer weather. And we obviously want everybody to have a great summer. It's been maybe a rough few years in the world, but I think we all deserve, that vacation time, that time with our family, our friends, and our loved ones. And, we want this to be the summer that people remember for all the good things, and not, a summer that somebody was involved in a significant or severe collision that maybe injured or killed somebody. So yeah, absolutely, it is deliberate. We think about when you think about the summer too, unfortunately, that typically is a year or time of year, I should say, where the number of fatal collisions rises slightly. It is the August, July, August, and September. Those are the kind of the months where you see the highest numbers of fatal collisions in Saskatchewan typically. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Another reason why these behaviors that we're talking about are so important. Another reason why it's so important to stick with safety.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me and taking the time out of your day to talk.
Always happy to talk to you, Marcus. Call anytime.